Hello everybody, it is your Cursed Play Doctor, and I'm going to be talking about One again. Not too long ago now, I don't actually know how long ago it was, a week ago, maybe? I talked about the characters from One, but I only talked about the first 6, because they were the most interesting, in my opinion, apart from Tomato, and I've wanted to do a second part, and now I'm doing the second part. This will be about why I don't think the second batch of characters is very good. I'm not saying I don't like them, because I still like quite a few of the characters, but they aren't as interesting, and I'm going to go over why, and also go over how they can be better. So, same structure as last time, I'm just going over each character individually, and giving my opinion. So let's start with Subway Seat. I really like Subway Seat. It has a really nice design. I like the thing. I keep saying a lot with these. He has a good design, and I like the way he is armless. Not armless, legless. Having a stroke already. That's the most interesting thing about him, though. The fact that he doesn't have any legs. Other things that he does have, he has a bond with Whippy Creamy. He uses, well, he learns to use his arms like legs in episode 8, I think. And other things we know about him is that some guy spilled coffee on him one time. That's literally all we know. And yeah, there's not much to this guy, but like, there's not much to everyone else, so he's got more than most of the characters, so let's move on. Now, Basie, I think, had the opportunity to be very interesting. We know that she's the only one, well, she's not the only one. Contact Lens also has a human, but this human can, like, deal without having a contact lens. Basie had her human called Jess, I think her name was, and they had, like, a bond, because obviously she must have been very important to Jess. She was her double base. I'm pretty sure that's what she is, because her name is Basie. And she was so upset that she didn't get to go back for like a while that she just kind of like went into her object form and didn't come out, and now she's eliminated. Yippee! Oh, by the way, since episode 12 came out, I will go over some of my points some other time about my other video where some of the information is wrong. Like magazine, she's a teenager. Hooray. Yeah, there's still not much to Basie. She sounds very bored when she talks. I'm sure it's not meant to be mean to the voice actor. But yeah, she sounded like she didn't want to be there. Which is right. She didn't. She wanted to go home. And now she is home, because she was eliminated. So good for her, I guess, even though it's been like a year. Yeah, that's all to Basie. Let's move on to next character. Contact Lens has literally nothing to him. With every other character, I could pinpoint like one little thing, but Contact Lens, nothing. He barely has any dialogue. The only thing to remember is the fact that he blew into the sky one time. He got stolen by Stone that one episode. And he was in the pool some other episode. There's literally nothing for him. I can't see anything. He doesn't interact with anyone, like, ever. Nothing. Well, I don't know what I'm supposed to say. There was literally nothing to him. I know. Will never be. Moving on. Trey. I like Trey, but then again, she's just shown to be more like of a happy person. She's part of the wanting to go home team because she wants to go back to being a lunch tray. Her character is just happy. That's all her character is, happy. I guess she like worries sometimes, like when Senti threw the rock into the pool and she was like, "Oh, why'd you do that?" But that's really all there is to her. moving on again. Whippy Creamy. Again, nothing. He has a bond with Subway Seat, I guess. Like I mentioned on Subway's part earlier. He likes to pester Moldy. I guess that's a bit of character, like, he wanted to know a lot about Moldy. Probably because she was like the only human character in the team anyway. But yeah, nothing else to him, I guess. Last character. Airline Food. He got stuck in the team of all the weird people, which is Atom, Folder, and Abstracty. So he didn't really have anyone to talk to apart from Atom, and Atom was very small. He had a little bit of a bond, well, not really much of a bond, a thing with Folder where he didn't like him. Which is understandable. Then again, that's it. Let's go to my other half of this video. Yeah, there's a second part of this video. I'm not just gonna stop. So, all the characters are boring, right? Well, they aren't really boring, but there's still nothing to them. Apart from Basie, I guess. But let's compare them to a side character, Parker, who was introduced in episode 5 for the end credits. He had about 2 minutes of screen time, and yet he showed more personality in 2 minutes than these characters have in a lot more. So Parker, what do we know about him? Well, he's Charlotte's friend. He's a very caring and generous friend, as he gave her money for her more treatment, $25,000, which no one just has lying around. He doesn't take any crap from Charlotte. He knows where his place is, and he will stand up for himself. He's a pretty active guy since he goes cave exploring just like Charlotte does. He's quite calm when he talks, until he's obviously done with Charlotte. He had to watch Charlotte disappear actually, mid-argument, so he was probably very scared in that moment, and we can assume that. We know that, thanks to episode 12, that Charlotte was arrested at one point, and we can assume that Parker was friends with her at this time, because part of her head was ripped off, which means they were definitely friends at this point. But he kept being friends with her even after she got out of jail, which shows how much of a great friend he is. Now, that's all the stuff to Parker, but we still know more about Parker, and more of his personality, than we got from any of the other side characters. Well, they're not even side, well, I guess they are side characters, because they don't matter in the grand scheme of things. And Parker doesn't matter either, but we still knew about him. We got more information out of him, and I don't think we'll ever get anything from the other characters. Maybe we will. I don't have any hope for season 2 to really show the plane that much. But no, let's talk about something else. Well, still on the same topic, obviously. How would I improve these characters? The second batch, I mean, not Parker. Parker's fine how he is. I have 2 different options. Option 1, focuses more on how they currently are. Personality lists, that is. Just like actual object show characters who have nothing to them, apart from like one personality quirk, which was how BFDI was. There was the nice one, the mean one, the alliance, which was their entire character. Just make them like that. Like, say Senti was having another breakdown, all of the other characters would just not care because it's just a funny little game show, nothing matters. Make them more lifeless than they currently are. It would be more creepy in a way, kind of like the third batch of characters like Folder. He was completely lifeless, and that made him great. Obviously not the most outstanding character, but it made him something. Made him unique. Make the second batch like that by making them nothing, instead of trying to be something, but being nothing. My second option was to do the opposite and give them personality. For example, you could have given Basie anxiety over the fact that she might be replaced by her owner in the future, well, by Jess. She might get a new double base. What would Basie do if she got sent back and she was replaced, which she might have probably been. It's been a year. Show her worry about that. Show all of them worry about what's going to happen when they get back after it's been a year. How, like, well, I guess Whippy, Creamy, and Airline Food will just be back on a tray, which doesn't really matter to them, but Subway Seat, what's he going to do? They'll replace the seat by then, maybe. And Contact Lens, the guy will have got new contacts. Who's the other character? Trey. Okay, Trey will just easily get back, she was just a Trey. But a lot of them could have, like, worried. Speaking of Trey, you could have made her, like, instead of just being happy, she could be a spirit lifter of the team. Like, always trying to assure her team and comfort them when they're upset. And just add a little bit more to her happiness. And, like, niceness. Make her do something. Show her be sad and show her care. Just give them more depth. Give Contact Lens literally any personality at all, or just anything. That would have been nice too. But yeah, those are my two different options for how I would have improved the characters. And that's really it for this video. I know this wasn't like as well, the actual character talks weren't in depth. I can't say these words. I'm sorry that it wasn't like as in-depth as the first video for the other characters, because there just wasn't that much to talk about. But I hope you enjoyed it anyway. Join me next time where I have a few videos planned actually. I've got a video planned on Airy, like a short video. I've got a video planned on the most underrated character in one. And of course, the video on the third batch of characters will exist too, eventually. If you have any suggestions for other videos I can make on object shows or anything, then I might, if you suggest it. There's a dog outside. Do you mind I'm recording? They don't mind. I'll see you guys in the next video. Take care. Be there or be square. Or circle.